Why is this an enemy? Because of two reasons Krishna gives in this verse. First reason Krishna says, Avratam jnanametena jnaninaha. Krishna refers to us, to the Atmas, to the souls as jnaninaha. Jnaninaha means the knower or the person in knowledge. Originally, all of us are in full knowledge of our not being the body and our being a spirit soul and our being a servant of Krishna. But then, what does this lust do? This eternal enemy of lust? Avratam jnanametena. That eternal enemy, lust, covers that knowledge of the living entity and puts him into the dark well of ignorance and makes him believe very strongly that I am the body. And because I am the body, I have to satisfy lust. And therefore, to satisfy lust, the living entity, the person has to carry out many sinful activities. And like this, the person becomes bound up in a network of sinful activities from which he cannot extricate himself. Inextricably, he becomes intertwined in the sinful reactions of his activities in attempting to satisfy his lusty desires. And in this way, his eternal knowledge is destroyed. So to be in ignorance, everyone understands, even materially as well as spiritually, is very enervating. It is most debilitating. It leads to destruction. Even in this material world, if you have to live a happy life and you have to earn a lot of money and all that, knowledge is important. If you are knowledgeable, you can earn a lot of money. So, the knowledge, that spiritual knowledge gets covered by lust. And therefore, Krishna says, this is the first reason Krishna says, by nature, the soul, the Atma, is full of knowledge. It is made up of Satchit Ananda. It is made up of Chit. Means it is fully knowledgeable. There is no ignorance in the soul. But then, when the Jiva accepts lust, Kama, as a very dear friend, then what happens? Its knowledge gets covered and he starts thinking, I am the body. And thus, the soul gets caught up in this material world, in the 84 lakh species of life, taking repeated birth and death in this world, undergoing repeated happiness and miseries, eternally caught up in this cycle of birth, death, disease and old age. And so therefore, because lust does not allow us to get liberated from this cycle of birth and death with the help of knowledge, by covering that knowledge, therefore, lust becomes our enemy. The second reason why Krishna is calling lust an enemy is because Krishna says it is dushpurena analena. Anala means fire. Dushpurena analena. It is like a fire which can never be satiated. No matter how much fuel you pour into a fire, fire will never die down because of supply of fuel. Fire will only burn stronger and stronger. The more fuel you supply, the stronger it will burn. Similarly, lust impels a person to engage in sinful activities and satisfy the senses. And if we think, okay, right now my lusty desire is very strong, let me do some sinful activity, satisfy the lust and forget it. After that, over. No, the lust will not be satisfied. Once you satisfy the lust, then for temporarily it may seem little subdued, but after a little while it will come out with greater force. It will get greater strength to attack you and force you, make you submit yourself to its demands. This is the nature of lust. Therefore, Krishna says, lust is the great eternal enemy of the Jiva.